אחר הצהריים טובים, good afternoon. This will be a microscopic examination of 5 slides. 2 slides, is from the new containers. One from after the the electric stove, and one from like a regular crucible from now, and 3 others from like the kind of cultures that are, I suppose there are germs, microbes in it. They are living stuff in that. In 2 of the 3, they are actually visible living stuff. So I hope also we'll see microbes. The third one is specifically like a special container 1 of 2, in which I have done ex nihilo train bacteria experimentation. Now I've seen train bacteria with my own eyes, that they can visible by naked eye in this container, but I didn't pick it. Maybe pick it later, because it just it's a little bit more complicated just to handle it, when so big. So I took sample from the mixture. The only problem is that I've taken probably too much. So we might have a little problem with it might be too dense. So if it's actually too dense and nothing is visible, we need to take another sample from the same container. This time there's less material. And this is actually the important one, because it's like the ex nihilo container, which is an interesting one. This one here. These 2. And you actually can watch material by the naked eye even, but they are very, of course, they are very big. So I prefer maybe handle it later. So just start with the one from the electric stove, with the Neros supposedly. Again, it's too much sugar, so it's not constructed very well. Hopefully we'll see something. The next one will be from the crucible, and then the 3 germs one, and finishing with the 10 bacteria. Although we don't have much battery, so maybe it will stop in the middle. If so, I'll just charge it, charge the phone, and then continue with a second part of this examination. On the background, we can listen to what they call the Church of Martin, which is part 21 of the Game of Thrones autobiographical saga. This one deals with Naitam in 930, the majority from military service. So if you deal with, I think it's interesting. From sociological perspective, it's not about satellites or image processing or things like that.
בתוך כור חם ומגעיל ומבואש ומטונף, אז כור זה טוב, אבל בחוץ. שנייה.
Okay, 64 magnification. Let's I have 0 idea what we're going to watch. Let's hopefully we'll see some Neros.
בכל זאת היה שם שהוא מאוד מוזר, קשה להסבר, אבל ממש לא הבנתי את זה באותו זמן. שנים אחר כך הבנתי את זה. והסיבה שלא הבנתי שזה מוזר, זה בגלל שלי זה לא היה מוזר. והסיבה שלי זה
nice.
מה זה מוזר? פשוט דברים לעצמך.
So I'll do it quickly. I wanted to validate that this time, that there was no Holocaust, and we still have Neros in it. So we definitely have. We will probably use this one for the, for the Colosseum as intended yesterday, because it really looks nice. We have big ones. All those small ones, not so many small ones, but definitely, good enough. And we have the starships, the bigger ones, which is like this one. This is like number 9 or 8, 8.5. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so maybe just very quickly go to 150. Very nice. And also 160.
כאילו זה שהם לא היה מניין תלמידה בנשים, זה מבחינתי כאילו היה סטנדרטי.
So again, like I said, we don't see many in the of the very tiny ones. I mean, we do see some, but I would have preferred like more. But yes, I mean, it's like yesterday. It's not changed. Like what you could expect, which means like a hefty amount of smaller ones, not many tiny ones like as I would have wanted, but also I mean, nice amount of like the starships, which is important as well for our purpose, like the big one or even the very, very big ones. So, I mean, no change from yesterday. That's nice. Okay. Next one is from the crucible, not from the electric stove.
כן, פה כולם כאילו לא אכפת להם בבחירות, ואז כאילו בסוף כולם מתחתנים. שזה די נכון. כן, ככה היה. אבל הבנתי שכאילו, בסדר, הבנתי שבסופו של דבר מתחתנים, כאילו כל זה כן. תקים, כאילו, טוב לדבר. ראיתי את הטראג'קטורית פה, כן? אני חושב שבדיוק שהיא נכנסתי לירידה, אז...
Nice, see, this is a good one.
ליד פלאפו שהיה רמה,
Nice.
מאוד נחמד כזה. קצין אקדמאי בכיר, ויוכלו לנו ילד, אז הבנתי, כי אמרתי, טוב, בסופו של דבר האנשים האלה הם מתחתנים, עושים ילדים, לא, אין, אז ככל שצעירים יותר, בניתי איתם הצעירים.
Oh, we do see the bigger ones, which is one, no, the interesting ones. And here we also see little, no, you can watch the smaller ones. Yeah, I mean, it's a good slide. Maybe we'll do kind of like a mixture between this one and the other one, and that will be used for the Colosseum. Not bad, definitely not bad. Okay. Now for...
משהו שהוא כל כך פרוזאי, שאתה לא שם לב לזה, שאתה חושב על זה בדיעבד, ואז אתה לא מבין. וכבר הייתה פה התרמה מסוימת בשפיקלר. אז נכנסתי אז ליחידה, אז אמרתי שיש להם תרבות כזו ספציפית שלהם, שאסור לדבר אנשים מחוץ לענף, שיש כאילו...
So, this is number one.
שזה כאילו סבבה, הכל סבבה, והם, רבים מהם, ננקוט בשמם זרעור, ילד בן יהודה, עומר שור, הוא משתחרר לו הרבה אחרי שהתגייסתי, אין לי הרבה מה להגיד עליו. הייתה לו חוט כוסית של...
אוקיי.
מפורסמת למדי. ומי שזה ביחידה, היה כאילו משטחים חיות, גם את הרוע, כאילו, הבנתי כאילו שזה מוקד כזה שתגיד להכין, לא שהיה לי איזה מישהו להביא לשם, כאילו היה יחד, אבל הבנתי שהוא לא בקטע, אבל כאילו, אהבתי את זה, כשאתה נפוטיזם כזה, דוחה, כאילו, שמיד הבנתי שיש שם את זה, וזה מאוד לא צריך חד בעיניי, אני חייב לציין, ממש לא צריך חד בעיניי, כאילו, אמרתי, זה בדיוק מה שרציתי, כאילו, בלי פויטור, בלי אינטגרציה, בלי פרויקטים פוליטיים של להביא כל אנשי השכונות מהדרום, תודה רבה, מספיק, הבנתי כבר, בלי טיטנים, כאילו, עם כוכב אחר,
Oh, wow, great, we see a little bit of, like, excellent. That's exactly what I wanted. Excellent. They even like, cute in their way. This is 64 unification. I mean, if anybody in the audience can tell us what's their name, it can be nice. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Healthy microbes, eating stuff, doing stuff. Very nice. Yes. Nice. So yeah, I mean, that's what we wanted. Okay. And they even looks, they look quite healthy, I would say. Let's just watch in 150. So, I mean, if anybody in the audience can identify this stuff, like, I mean, please don't be ashamed to do so. Okay, I'm satisfied with this one. I mean, I'm not going to pick up, like, worms like that you see by the naked eye. Even though we do have it's like, you know, a little bit of those, but let's start with like, you know, let's like start with something that is, I don't know, for the Colosseum, let's start like, you know, with like, with these kind of monsters and not those that you can actually watch by the naked eyes. So we'll start with these. Nice. They're not cute. I mean, maybe it will not be like a Colosseum like in the bad way. Maybe it will be like, you know, like a show, like, you know, like in the, like, you know, like a presentation, like, you know, like professional, you know, wrestling. It is like one of, you know, you don't, they're all friends. I mean, they don't really hurt each other. So maybe that's the way we go. Just, you know, in order to keep the audience entertained, but not really, you know, to do anything that pretty bad, too bad. Okay, this is what, so this was one. And this is like another container. Like with kind of like a culture. Let's see what we have. I mean, in this one, we all have seen like, you know, like living, you know, naked eye, you know, like a life form that are visible with the naked eye in this one. So maybe we will also be able to.
קראתי שהייתי בן 11 וזה כבר היה לי מוקדם. אני רק זוכר משהו שכאילו... שיש איזה מישהו עם ציצים גדולים, כאילו... שהבית גוף לזה זה כאילו... ברקע זה בליון ענק, וכאילו אליי יש ציצים גדולים. זה דבר שאני זוכר, וזה כאילו זה 8,000 עמודים, רק להגיד לכם. אבל זה דבר שאני זוכר מהרוק הזה, כל בגלל...
Second.
אבל יש דברים יותר מעניינים, פורט רינגס, שביסודי קראתי, ואת הליזט דורדן,
Okay.
שקראתי זה ביסודי,
So, 64 modification.
תהיה גדול ותהיה כזה, ולא הבנתי די למה, אבל בפרן הבנתי שזה...
מנזובזן זה כמו רמת אביב ג'.
זה הכי נכון.
מקום מטריארכלי שכולם שונאים אותו. קיצור, אני אסביר לכם אחרי זה למה זה כמו רמת אביב ג'.
אז פרדין אתה שיצר, זה כמעט לא קראתי פנטזיה, רק עברתי למדע מילואים בספרות כללית גם, דברים כלליים, אבל מדע מילואים הכניס את הפנטזיה.
So you don't see much here, maybe because, I mean, it wasn't like properly constructed. Like all the kind of like the juice, I mean, you know, spelled out, and I mean, it might be just why we don't see like stuff. It's all the kind of like spelled out of it, you know. You should really be scared. Maybe I'll take like another examination from this one because I mean, it seems that all the juice is out. The fact that we see Neros is not like a surprise here because this is like I know it's a mixture. So there were a little bit of Neros like in the mixture. It's not like, you know, like something that started as a culture. But we don't see life forms actually. We don't see life forms. Maybe I'll take another one of these. Or maybe we will commence, you know, with the other ones because we already know that, I mean, it contains life forms and we are good with that. So this is like, it just, you know, possibly just, you know, just bad construction. Possibly just bad construction. Of the slide. Okay, enough with that. And now for the most, like, you know, alarming and I mean, interesting one, the time bacteria. But this one, maybe I need to reconstruct it again, like do another one because it's so thick, you know. I've just put too much material in it. But let's, I mean, you know, maybe it's okay the way it is. Just a second. Okay. Okay, so
זה לא חד משמעי, אבל בגדול יש להם בעיה עם הכל. לא יודע למה, אם יש ספקולציות בנושא, מוזמן לפקלץ בתגובות. אז כאילו, המחביות האלה, וכאילו, וזה משחק שהוא לא הוגן, כאילו, זה אחד, כאילו, זה משחק לוח, שכל אחד, כל אחד חופן,
It's too dense.
כמו כאילו, טרגריאן, כאילו,
You can't watch anything. Neo glowing in this, you know.
אתה היית יכול להיות כאילו טרגריאן או סטאר, כאילו, אבל שאני חושב שזה לא היה הוגן.
Of course, the Neos don't because it's a mixture that is prepared with Neos. So, but I mean, what I want is bacteria, and I mean, it's just too thick to identify anything.
יש כאלה שהם כאילו קטנים בעלובים, כן? אז לא היה שום מקרה של להיות הוגן במשחק הזה. זה כמו חיים אמיתיים, לא הוגן. אני כאילו...
Nice, but I mean, you know, too thick to see that something, you know,
הסיפור של הנצח היה אפס.
just too thick.
פשוט תאבד את הכל כאילו בתואר ראשון, ואז אתה כאילו שהולך הביתה, ואז כאילו שמים לך קום, כאילו שיצאת מהפוקר מוקדם מדי, אתם מכירים את זה?
So maybe I'll just take another slide. This one prepared more cautiously with less material, and also maybe I'll take one of the, you know, the huge ones that you can watch with the naked eye. And maybe we'll kind of do, you know, the Colosseum in two kind of like shows. Like these two shows, one against like, you know, the snails that you just watched, and maybe one against like the huge giant bacteria, in case we are able to actually get hold of such, which is probably, I mean, shouldn't be too difficult. Shouldn't be too difficult. Again, because you can watch it by the naked eye, but I mean, we didn't really, we were not able to catch them for now, like, you know.
וכאילו, אתה טוב בזה, לפי כמה שאתה יודע את החוקים, אתם מכירים את המשחקים האלה? לא יודע, אולי זה ז'אנר ידוע, אולי זה ככה במאג'יק זה גאדרינג, אני לא יודע, אף לא הייתי בקטע של הדברים האלה, אני לא יודע, אבל נחשפתי ככה לעולם הזה של הקולקטיב בקארגים, שאפשר לשחק איתם, זאת אומרת, יש חוקים, וכאילו זה משחק.
So, okay, we cannot watch the bacteria, but we've seen plenty neons. Okay, so that's good for now. I just, think about how we want to continue, maybe, probably immediately with the Colosseum, because I think that the audience is like already kind of like, you know, waiting for that, like anxious for that. But I need to charge the phone first, you know, because like the battery is about to be done. And maybe, and I also construct, you know, additional 2 slides, this from the two, you know, from the second, like, you know, bacterial container, and then from the train bacteria mixture. Okay.